Okay. It's April 13th of 2016. It's been a few weeks, I think, since I've done a last video log, and quite a few things. Well, not necessarily major, but quite a few things have happened over these last few weeks. Let's let's first get the how I'm doing out of the way first. Doing good, or yeah, I'm doing good in the sense that I'm probably doing as well as I think I can in respects to not being distracted with personal relationships. Like, it's been about almost 2 months since I've going on three and a half, 2.5 months, right? 2.5 months since I've cut ties with Kryptonite, and I'm only recently starting to feel kind of like the benefits of not constantly having some type of reminder of being insufficient, and with time, naturally, a healthy mind will try to rebuild itself. It's whether it's artificial, like contentment, or just self-esteem. There's just you can only do so much. There's a norm that, unless being constantly pulled in one way or the other, tends to stabilize, at least in healthy psyches. So lately, I've been putting in a lot more time in my projects, and not just because I'm trying to avoid feelings, not just because I'm trying to be busy for the sake of being busy. Lately, the goals of my career, financial goals, have been not distraction. I mean, there's no distractions. It's been pretty focused and everything, and I've honestly have quite enjoyed it. I might have little flickers of moments where I'm like, it would be nice to have someone, but they're very fleeting moments. So much so that even the opportunities that have come up to try to pursue something with other people, although I have appreciated the fact that I can even still muster said opportunities, I guess. Although being, mildly interested, I suppose, and enjoying it, but it's not a major drive. It doesn't even rank up on top three, as far as priorities and things like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that out of the way. I don't know how many times I'll keep up following up with that, but I'm honestly, I don't want to even try to look for anything until I think personally, until I start losing weight and get better with my finances. Only because I believe I'll have better choices. I mean, I could do okay now, but I guess I'm a little shallow. So there you go. In any case, so a few weeks ago, changing subjects, I really wanted to. I asked my boss for a raise, and he ultimately said he couldn't. And the way he said it, seemed to me as though he was kind of like not acting on the behalf of the board members, or maybe the board members weren't really aware of the situation or something to that effect. And I think there's a couple reasons why I've been wanting to push it. One reason, which is dwindling in reason, but initially it was like this. It was I wanted to make some kind of change in my life, because the whole personal thing, my personal relationship issues falling through. Man, I wanted something that I felt like I had control over, because I had felt so helpless before. Like, things didn't end up the way I wanted to. I felt like, no matter how much I wanted, no matter how much I tried, I just couldn't manage it. Whereas things with my career or employment, I have a little bit more control over. I have a little bit more say into it, and it made me feel like, at least this is something that is within my hands to try to change and control, to a certain degree, apparently. Because even though they didn't end up being okay with the extra raise, I ended up emailing the president of the board members, because I was under the impression that maybe they were not necessarily on the same page, them and Dave. And it was a gamble, because it was kind of going around Dave's back. And ultimately, not just did I bring up the raise, but I also brought up some ideas for a change in programming, some ideas for a different use for the building. And I was all like, I might as well, since I'm already kind of going behind Dave's back, by just verifying whether or not he was truly acting on behalf of the board. And it turned out that apparently he was. And the board said something to the effect of, like, they didn't have any extra money, and that any kind of changes in programming had to be me have to take it up with the boss, which is fine. There's other things that I've been working on. That was just kind of one thing. So one of the things that I've done has been applying at a lot of other jobs, and I've done a couple of interviews, and it would be rough. It would be rough, I think, to find another job that would pay as much as I'm getting paid, even though I don't feel like I'm getting paid enough here, only because I don't have a bachelor's. Like, a lot of the minimum requirements was that. And in fact, I probably would have been offered a job at Harvesters for their IT person, manager or director, but that was the thing that ended up holding me back, despite my credentials, or as far as experiences goes. So let's see, a couple other eggs in different baskets. So that didn't necessarily pan out, and I'm still applying at places, but just not. I'm not putting in like all my effort into it. Resumes, applying places, Career Builder, LinkedIn, sending up profiles, having employment agencies, all that kind of stuff. But even then, only like half-heartedly so. Another thing that I've been working on lately is I've been trying, especially with the prospect of the idea of trying to get a new job and acclimating and adjusting and everything. One of the things that I wanted to try to do was follow through on a project that I had started last year, and it was supposed to be like a niche website that I was building. Because last year I had like a class when we were talking about ways to make money online, and you can make a niche website. And although I had brought it up before, and the fact that I bought the domain about a year ago, but never really fell through with it, because it was more like a class than anything. It wasn't like I was actually trying. And with the prospect of having to get another job and everything, I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and actually put some effort in here and see if whether or not the concept of niche websites could generate money, either through AdSense or Amazon affiliation or through potential future IT gigs, as far as me developing websites for other small businesses, or me to get like videography or photography gigs from quinceañeras, which that's what the theme of the website was Kansas City Quince, or a Kansas City quinceañera planning website, which people can go to, or not specifically girls who are going for their 15th birthday party. There isn't any website that helps them gather the the different services, venues, catering, dresses, all this kind of stuff. I might even put in the link below as far as like the website. So I've been working on that for about a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks, coming up on 4, and it's not paid back. I don't think I think I got maybe 1 gig for a website, which if that does get pulled off, I think I'll almost break even as far as the amount of energy I've put into it. To it might be like a $300 gig. So that could be like a good step in the right direction. Let's see what else. I'm doing fine with the school. I've decided to, on the Code Academy, originally I was just going to do the Ruby section, but I might as well do all of it, because I was looking ahead in the other online school that actually costs money, and they actually have a very similar syllabus that Code Academy does. I was under the impression that it would have just focused primarily on the Ruby languages, and no, it actually covers like JavaScript and HTML and CSS and that kind of stuff. So I might as well go ahead and go through it on Code Academy since it's free. So that but I've been going through it quicker just because not all the sections last as long as the one that I did with Ruby, which took a while. So I don't think that my timetables are necessarily too off. I just need to really kind of step it up and focus in on it, which I have lately, to a point where I'm not having too much regret as far as time being spent on doing other things that aren't necessarily towards this particular direction. So that's coming along great. And me and Boyle are supposed to be getting a Razer VR headset, hopefully within the next few weeks, and I'm really anxious to start developing some VR content. I want to try to work with the Unreal Engine, and it's been a while since I messed with it, so I'm almost kind of had to learn that from not quite scratch, because at least now I'm coming into it with a lot of extensive knowledge of Unity, and a lot of it looks like it's carrying over as far as the workflow and stuff like that. What else? Okay, so this afternoon I wanted to share a story about after I got off of work. I went downstairs to the Tiger Saloon, and I was talking on the phone, some stuff about tech. I brought my computer. I was working, and someone had overheard me and asked me if I was a programmer. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Yes, I am. And we had talked, and apparently she works for a group called Nerdery, not Nerdist, Nerdery. I had thought she said, I heard she said Nerdery, and in my mind, I thought Nerdist, which is not the same. Well, it's not that big of a deal or difference, but I think she was offering me a work, and boy, do I would love it. And I was telling her too that I'm like willing and able. So hopefully in these next few days, week or so, I'll be able to get more information about it. But this might be the opportunity that I've been dreaming about. as far as getting my foot in the door in programming. It sounds to me like I just might be able to do it. I'll have to look into it, but it is definitely a strong prospect, which might tie in a lot of loose ends. So that's stuff about work. And I want to throw in this little small tidbit about health. And lately, I have actually been gaining weight. It's interesting on how much recently, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it's getting to the point where it's no longer a matter of self-esteem or looks or even it's getting to the point where it's starting to affect my health. So I'm really anxious to try to get at least some money saved up for me to be able to get back on that diet plan that I took in the past at Slim for Life. And I think this time it might stick. And I think the reason why it might stick is because, I don't want to keep bringing up kryptonite, but I honestly feel like oftentimes it would wreck my emotions. It would get me down and stuff like that. And when I'm down, I can't do anything. I can't follow through with anything. All I want to do is sleep or eat or smoke, and then that's it. Not at all like I've been lately, where it's just work. I want to improve myself. I want to accomplish things. I feel good. And don't get me wrong, I still take like naps and stuff like that I really, really enjoy. But outside of the naps and outside of work, it's just work. And even at my job, it's been better and better as far as me capitalizing on the free time that I end up having there. So I'm really anxious to get back on my diet. I'm really anxious to get possibly that job at the Nerdery. School's looking good. The KC Quince website's looking good. Man, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling that I don't have to tell myself that I have a lot of reasons to be grateful for. I genuinely feel that. And I can only imagine that as I go forward and hopefully continue the snowball effect, will I keep feeling better. If anything, maybe achieve new levels beyond where I am right now, which I can see me being happier than what I am right now. But generally speaking, I feel fairly content, like 90s, in the 90s% as far as content with things. I mean, obviously, I wish that my health was a little better, that I had a little bit more money. But other than those two little tidbits, I'm doing good. Super excited about the VR headsets, Oculus and Vive. They're out now. The fact that I can't buy one right now is one of the reasons why I ended up having this whole entire snafu with Archtech as far as money goes. But no, I've been thinking about making another video. I know I was overdue. I'll try to see if I can keep on increasing the frequency of it. But no, I've been feeling better. Got a lot of stuff, and I'm looking forward to continuing on. Hopefully, the pattern of progress and updating, with some good stuff. All right. See you guys later.